What do we have for Pisces? The Tower, Mars, Aries, Scorpio energy at the foundation of the reading, Pisces. Pisces, right now, I feel that you are in a time, especially with the transits, that are really encouraging you to revise some of your everyday routines. Now, the purpose for all of this is to prepare you for what is coming your way. And I feel that as we shift into 2025, there's going to be a lot of you that are going to see a major level up in your career, in your purpose, in your path, in your mission. But there's a great clean out, is what I just heard, taking place right now. And some of this is creating a bit of discomfort for you. The Tower, at the foundation of the reading, speaks about a destruction being brought to any sort of false securities in your life or energies that are just no longer serving you on the path moving forward. It's a kind of revelation, a kind of upheaval that must unfold to make way for the new. It's as if this Mars energy is tracing a kind of burning path through your routines. Its smoldering wrath wants to bring an end and a complete annihilation to everything that is creating energetic weight that could wind up causing a delay from this new beginning happening. So the good news here, Pisces, this Mars energy is on your side. It's like Mars has your back right now. I just heard Mars is going to bat for you. But you also need to meet Spirit halfway here. There's this energy of really needing to get out of your own way and not grip onto things that you're being called to release at this time. And if I was going to reduce everything that I've said here to two words, it would be renewal and refinement. So this is what is taking place inside the Pisces collective right now. A great preparation, which comes on the ashes of a monumental burning down, which leads to this new beginning. What do we have at the sacral, please? Wow, the Devil, Capricorn energy at the sacral. Now, this Devil is following up everything I just said perfectly, because it's very clear to me that there's some sort of energy here that is trying to hold on to you for dear life. You know, Pisces, one of the messages that I got before I began the reading was that no one compares to you and that they feel the loss of you. Now, I feel that those messages represent what is unfolding here. There seems to be an energy here that is starting to actually come to the terms with the fact that you're no longer going to be around for them. I just heard you're still there, but it's like you're already gone. For some of you, this is representing people that you built your life around, people that you thought you could trust until the end, but they have turned out to be individuals that represent some of the worst enemies that you have ever had. Family, friends, for some of you, exes, very close relationships. There's been an awakening that has taken place in your life that is seeing you elevate to a new timeline, and you are seeing these energies slither around like the snakes that they always were, because they are so taken aback by the person that you are transforming into. You know, Pisces, this brings me to another message that I got. And that message was that we live in a time where hatred is sold to the masses. How many of you out there have seen somebody inject beautiful things into the world only to see that person ripped apart limb by limb, not too soon after? It's as if people want to take anything good and see it completely destroyed. The demons of the world, right? This Devil energy. We've seen it shine. Now let's see what it would look like if we ripped it apart and destroyed it. And I say this, Pisces, because I feel that for a lot of you, that really speaks about what you've been through. Your friendships are being tested by the sands of time, Pisces. Who amongst these people are holding you back, and who amongst these people are dreaming right alongside of you? You need to ask yourself, where does your faith in connection lack here? You need to start really sowing seeds that are going to endure. There is a new season of loving energy that will begin to come your way, but you have to make room for it. This is something I always speak about. There always has to be a sacrifice to elevate and step into the new timeline. There's always something that you can find that will be holding you back or no longer serving you. Because to think that everyone or everything around you grows and evolves with you is simply not grounded in reality. Think about all the work that you've put in to get to where you are. Now imagine half of those people doing what you've done. You can't. But if you think that you can drag these people along on your mission that has been assigned to you by the divine, you're sadly mistaken, Pisces. The thing is, I'm saying this now, but you already know it. Some of you out there, I just heard you say, yeah, I know. Right? This devil energy wants to keep you in bondage, wants to keep you restricted. I was just mentioning in the Gemini reading that the devil is a spirit, and that spirit has its tentacles in many of the people that surround you, some more than others, but it works in an incremental fashion to stop you from getting to where you need to get to, period. Now, there's an extreme depth to that, but to try and keep things surface level here and not digress from this original message, you need to understand that there's a level of greed and envy here that is also at play. The tower next to the devil is a war. It's a war for your purpose. It's a war for your happiness. It's a war for your destiny. And sadly, it's a war that you are going to have to face against principalities that have been using the individuals around you as hosts, as vessels, for the devil's will against your path and purpose. And it's time that you stop making up excuses for these energies, Pisces, and do what needs to be done. For you, it's time to turn your back. It's time to push forward. Time waits for no man or woman, and you cannot waste any more of it. What do we have? The solar plexus, please. A war is right. 5 of Wands, Leo energy at the solar plexus. And here you are engaged in that war, so to speak. This is a big energy that we have on this table. And this was all triggered by a realization that you have had in your life. This is all triggered by your awakening. This is all triggered by you accepting the truth, finally. And now you're starting to see, again, how these snakes truly slither and get down. Some of you are being called to really ask what dreams that you have are actually yours and which ones were another's will for your life. Ah, yes, I've heard this one before. The old living your life to appease another, living your life to fulfill another's idea of what they think you should and shouldn't be. I just heard the battle for your purpose. Let me rephrase that. The war for your purpose. There's a lot of tension that I'm picking up here, Pisces, and I feel that it's preparing to come to a boiling point if it hasn't already. But there's only one resolution to this, and that's for you to finally turn your back and get on the path that you're being called to align with. You don't have to have all the details figured out. The divine is arranging things for you behind the scenes right now, but you need to make the first step with faith in the knowing that everything is going to work out and unfold the way it's supposed to because of your deep knowing. That is the direction that you are meant to head in. You need to be surrounded with supporting energies at this time or none at all. This also sends out an energetic shockwave to the universe that you mean business, that you will not entertain relationships in your life that are not feeding and nourishing your soul and assisting you on your path. By doing this, the universe then arranges things for you to come across like-minded individuals, or at the very least, people that are supportive and can supply you with something. But there's no excuse for entertaining energies that will go out of their way to hinder your growth and stop your forward momentum. Not every single person needs to support the decisions you're making, Pisces, but they can at least get out of the way and not try and make things more difficult for you. 5 of Wands at the solar plexus. And then right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. So you have a vision. You know that's the direction you're supposed to be moving, and this confirms that. 4 of Pentacles, you need to stop holding back. It's like you're dealing with all of this chaos, knowing that this is the direction you need to move in. Death card, the transformation is looming. It's right there for you. And the Star. Whatever this is here, 2 of Swords, stuck at the crossroads. See, it's like the Star is in your hopes and wishes, but you're just sitting here at this crossroads energy for some of you. You're holding back, allowing 7 of Swords, this energy to take from you time and time again, energetically. I always mention that the devil is the thief of time. The devil takes those life clock minutes away from you in incremental ways to where you can't even notice it because it's so small, but it all adds up. This is what the divine is trying to get you to understand at this time. You know, I was also talking about the power of small in the Gemini reading, and This is a saying from the I Ching, where when you have an obstacle on your path or anything really that you need to overcome, but it seems too overwhelming, just commit to taking small pieces of it. And over time, you will absolutely get through that thing. Now, this can work the other way too, because this is what I'm picking up in terms of how the devil works in this incremental fashion. See, the devil understands this. The devil is patient when it comes to taking you down. The devil just takes small pieces to where you don't notice. Fractions of your energy at a time through different people, right? Different situations, different events, all taking fractions of your energy. And then there you are, a shell of the person that you once were, completely drained, physically and emotionally barren. Don't allow that to happen, Pisces, because I promise you that if you do, when you get to that point, none of these people will be there. They'll be living their best life off of your energy. What do we have with the heart, please? Wow. Two of Swords, Libra energy. So we saw the Two of Swords on the bottom of this deck a minute ago, and now we're seeing it from this deck. So it's a different Two of Swords, though. It's like you're no longer in this stalemate. You're getting up, you're taking the blindfold off. You're like, I'm not dealing with this. It's like it's something about that message that I just delivered to you between seeing that last Two of Swords and now that turned on a switch. It's like you've had some sort of epiphany or light bulb moment. You know, I don't see how you couldn't. The way I deliver these messages is to trigger that awakening within you, try and get you to see things here from a deeper perspective, to quite possibly help wake you up to the truth. So we're seeing here that we have succeeded. Two of Swords at the heart. You've made the decision. You're not compromising with demons. You're no longer confused about your path. In fact, you were never confused to begin with. You had such a heavy influence around you that just caused you to not see things clearly. You understand that anyone who would ask you to sacrifice the path that you're being called to go down doesn't deserve you. Your aspirations are preparing to take the helm, and anything that tries to create restriction, stagnation, or delay on your path will be left behind and or trampled over should it try to get in your way. The divine is really asking you, Pisces, what threads of destiny are you going to weave? What dreams will you dare to believe? Cast your net wild and free, because in the vast unknown lies your key. And then right on the bottom of the deck, we have Hierophant. So the divine, God, showing up in the energy with the devil. So there is most certainly a representation of a battle of dark and light taking place here. And it doesn't surprise me because of the overwhelming sense of this spiritual war that's taking place. Five of Cups, Scorpio energy. So you're now having the understanding that this was an unrequited situation, however that shows up for you. And that there's really no love lost here. And it's time to move on, move forward, put yourself first. Again, you have been basing the happiness on your life on that of other individuals. Meaning, if they're not happy with what you're doing, then you're not supposed to be happy with what you're doing. For some of you, this is a learned behavioral pattern. It's just something that you've been carrying with you for a long time. What do we have at the throat? Wow. Seven of Swords, Aquarius energy at the throat. And this is the second time we've seen the Seven of Swords, although we saw it from this deck. This is one of these energies, Pisces, that sees you stepping into this new beginning, and you look back and you just see so clearly how big the betrayal truly was. I'm also picking up something here surrounding some individuals trying to pass off their treatment of you as not a big deal, or maybe trying to gaslight you into thinking that it wasn't the way you perceived it. See, this Seven of Swords is different. It almost looks like, well, you could see it one of two ways. He's either picking up the swords or he's putting them back. But the way I'm seeing it right now, it's almost like he's trying to quietly or delicately, I just sort of gingerly put the swords back, like, oh, nobody will notice if I just put these back here, right? So the Seven of Swords represents that energy of betrayal. I also see it as a thief of energy, somebody who's taking something from you, but doing it in a very underhanded way, very sneaky kind of way. But now, because you've taken the blindfold off and you could see clearly, it's like they're just trying to put it back, right? No, Pisces, It wasn't like that. I didn't mean it like that. Spoken like a true narcissist, right? You trick them at their own game, catch them in the act, so to speak. What do? They put their tail between their legs. Or in some cases, they double down. But for some reason, I feel that what a lot of you are dealing with is an energy where it's so obvious that they can't double down. And it also gives me the impression that you are being put in this kind of power position, which is coming across a bit intimidating to this opposing energy. So they must realize that they're not going to be able to defeat you, let's just say. So they're just trying to unravel the mess that they've created. We have some of the roughest energies on the table with the Tower, the Devil, the Five of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. And then smack dab right in the middle with this Two of Swords is that complete realization that you're having now. And see how you're wearing the yellow slippers, right? They always connect me to the solar plexus, which is all about you taking control, you taking the power position, you gaining the confidence to be able to put a stop to this and push forward on your path. And I'm drawn to the crescent moon right there, Pisces, which I believe starts early next week. Interestingly enough, that is the last full week of the year, which aligns with the timeline I'm getting here. This feels like something that you are on the precipice of doing right now. Could be that some of you have set a resolution for yourself. You're not taking this into the new year. In fact, this energy here is a perfect energy to close out the year with, because it's an energy of empowerment. It's an energy of somebody who is no longer allowing the chains of the past to bind them and hold them back. What better way to begin the new year than with a new sense of self and empowerment? And then right on the bottom of this deck, I have the Knight of Swords, which is all about lifestyle changes, and the Death card again. Okay, so that's the second time we've seen that now. And the Ten of Wands, Five of Wands again. Unbelievable. So here's the transformation, right? Death card, Phoenix rising from the ashes. That's what that energy is. An ending and a beginning. Ten of Wands, you're laying down the burdens, handing them over to the divine, right? And there's the burdens. Charging forward with the Knight of Wands on your new path. Let's switch decks. What do we have at the third eye, Spirit? Perfect. Eight of Pentacles, and there you are. In the new year, engaging with your path, your purpose, progressing forward. All of this behind you now. Look at this horrendous energy and where you are on the new timeline. This is representing what you're heading toward. That inner calling, whatever that represents for you, your mission, your purpose, your destiny. That's it. For some of you, it can be directly connected to a career. And in some cases, all of those things can be weaved together in some capacity. Everybody's story and path is going to be a little bit different than the other. So place that as you see fit. But that Eight of Pentacles is sitting right there at the third eye, which is all connected to a vision that you have. Your intuition is guiding you to move in that direction. What do we have at the crown, please? Again. Two of Swords at the crown. Libra energy. I just heard it's time to make the decision. So everything just crystallized here for me, what I'm looking at. This is a vision from a higher perspective of what you're dealing with and where you're going. All of this right here. This Two of Swords is the divine facing off with the underworld, with the restriction, and there you are, right? Again, the war for your purpose. See how you're sitting back down, right? So for a lot of you, you haven't actually done this yet. It's what you're being guided to do. But now we get here and the divine's like, okay, this is where we're at now. It's like the divine has taken you on a little journey. Pisces, come with me. Let's be a fly on the wall. Let's look at your life through the lens of the universe, right? So they take you down this path. And now we come back to the present moment. where you're sitting there, right? And look, there's that crescent moon. Wow. Very profound. Okay. Right on the bottom of the deck, I have the Devil again, and the Ten of Swords, and the Hierophant. Unbelievable. So there it is, right? The Devil, the darkness, Ten of Swords, the ending being brought to this stalemate, and then the Divine, the Hierophant, God, the light. Victory, movement, action, manifestation, purpose. Okay, let's switch decks. What do we have at the foundation, please, Spirit? Okay, we're going to take both of these. We're going to... Three of Pentacles there, Capricorn energy. Four of Pentacles at the sacral, also Capricorn energy. So this Three of Pentacles, Urubas, this is like my bull in a china shop kind of card, okay? It's an energy that basically just tries to block you, creates a lot of stagnation on your path. Now, this could be somebody in particular, it could be several people, or just the situation as a whole, okay? But it's right there underneath the tower. So this is where the destruction is being brought in your life to this stagnation. See, Pisces, you have to understand that what is taking place in your life right now is a shifting of timelines. You are elevating out of this old timeline onto a new timeline. And you have to understand that when it comes to taking these particular paths in your life, in order to do this, you will not be supported by the people that are in your environment. Only in very rare cases might you get support in something like this, but I've personally never heard of it because the path you're going down, people don't understand. They don't understand what's happening to you. They don't understand what you're going through because you are going through an awakening that they can't even begin to compartmentalize, let alone advise you on. Okay, so that leads me into the Four of Pentacles here, which is an energy that wants to tell you that the path you're taking is too risky, like they've been down that path or something. Okay, don't take advice from fools, and certainly do not take advice from people who have not been where you are going. These are dream crushers, dream destroyers, killjoys, and they see it simply as if they can't have it, well, neither can you. Hearing myself say that is so strange because it always blows my mind that people like this actually exist. And it shouldn't blow my mind because I've dealt with people like this ever since I can remember. But it's still just so strange, so shocking. Why are people so hyper-focused on what everybody else is doing? If you just focus on your path and what you're doing, then everybody can win. But for some reason, these people think that the well is going to run dry, that there's not enough to go around. And right on the bottom of the deck, I have the Temperance. Now, the Temperance from this deck is representing some sort of disruptive energy that's around you. An energy that is trying to affect your long-term visions for yourself. But it's all energetic. Right? Just like I said, it happens in these incremental ways to where you almost can't see it. You can't notice it. Slowly chipping away at your hope, at your faith, at your dreams. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Ace of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy at the solar plexus. Now, we picked up on this energy earlier on in the reading because this Ace of Cups from this deck is really what is representing that emotionally exhausted, completely drained, and just mentally and physically barren. And it's right underneath that Five of Wands at the solar plexus. So it's like this has just become too much to deal with anymore, too much to bear. And for those of you out there who think that things are going to improve or things are going to get better if you just give it more time, they're not. And I just heard how many disappointments are enough. Like that's really going to resonate with some of you out there. I can see somebody right now, I'm seeing a female on the phone with a friend or a family member, another female, and the person she's on the phone with is trying to tell her, well, I heard her literally say how many disappointments are enough. This could be speaking directly in regards to somebody who's in a very toxic relationship. What do we have at the heart, please? Wow. Queen of Wands, deception. Okay. So I feel like this is following what I just said. How many disappointments are enough? There's this very selfish, very cold, demanding energy that I'm picking up here. They're really showing me now the energy of this opposing person, group of people, whoever this represents for you. A lot of the times, it's the same energy that shows up in multiple people, right? Like I said, the devil has his tentacles all out there, chipping away from all directions. So you can't notice it. You almost think it's you. You're like, well, if I'm the common denominator, then something must be wrong with me, right? This is how the devil works. But then on this side of the card, we have the divine, the Hierophant, God, Spirit, Haziel, divine forgiveness. So we've seen the Hierophant, well, I think this is the third time now, from different decks. And then we have the devil here. So further reinforcing what I said about this war between light and dark. And that's right underneath that Two of Swords. And see how God and your spirit guides, animal guides, are looking at this energy, right? Okay, I just heard God is looking at your enemies so you can see what happens behind your back by way of a knowing. In the embrace of duality, light and dark, the whispers, secrets stark. Something steers at your heart that won't let you sleep. What do we have at the throat, please? Perfect. Temperance. Settled. Now I'm picking up you on the other side, Pisces. I felt like there was so much noise here. I almost can't really remember everything I said here. It's so strange. Almost feels like a bad dream. Sag energy. Shawukia, the god of joy. So now, seeing very clearly what the result is of you self-empowering and getting on the other side of this energy. Purpose, balance, harmony, and meaning. This is one of these situations where you get on the other side of it and you just can't believe that you have gone through everything you've gone through, right? Like a bad dream. Pisces, there's an affirmation that I think would really serve you right now. And that is, I trust my intuition to guide me toward fulfilling my highest potential. And also, I embrace change as an opportunity for growth and renewal. I balance my dreams with practical steps to create a harmonious life. And that last one is probably the perfect definition for the Temperance card. I balance my dreams with practical steps to create a harmonious life. What do we have for the third eye? Unbelievable, Pisces. Again, the Hierophant. So this is the fourth time we have seen the Hierophant in this reading. Haziel, the merciful God. Divine forgiveness obtains friendship and favors of the great, secures promises. So, Pisces, this is a promise from the Most High. What we are seeing here. The action that you put in place to break free of this spiritual bondage, this spiritual poverty, so to speak, will result in you functioning inside of your purpose, living a balanced, harmonious life. Very clear. The divine has showed up 4 times for you in this reading. Typically, I don't even need to see the Hierophant to feel the divine's presence here, but they wanted to make it known to you that they're with you. I just heard that they're proud of you. What do we have? The Crown to close out for Pisces? Perfect. 10 of Cups. Pisces, that is your energy at the Crown to close out the reading. Ha-I-L. God, master of the universe, divine warrior, confounds the wicked, brings victory and peace. And this 10 of Cups shows your higher self, your inner child, right? Crying on your lap, and then the you in the here and now. There's a sort of alignment, a calibration taking place where there's this convergence of the past, present, and future. Whenever I see this card, it tells me that I'm reading for people that are about to step into a new timeline, a new chapter of their life, because there's always this feeling of convergence taking place. It's when you have this sort of grand alignment with, again, the past, present, and future. Memories from the past flood back. Your visions from the future begin to crystallize, and they come together to empower you in the here and now to make the necessary steps to push forward onto your path. So Pisces, this is the message that I have available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Pisces. Take care.